After tourist tax row, Sadiq Khan faces Jim Davidson's criticism. Can his London vision survive? You're not going to believe the backlash Sadiq Khan is facing right now. Just when he thought the storm had settled around the controversial tourist tax debate, a fresh wave of criticism has erupted, and this time, it's coming from a voice that many didn't expect to hear in the political arena: comedian and commentator Jim Davidson. And what he just said about Khan's leadership, let's just say it's made headlines, triggered outrage, and raised one uncomfortable question. Can Sadiq Khan's vision for London really survive this mounting pressure? Because what started as a policy debate is fast turning into a full-blown identity crisis for City Hall. Let's rewind. The so-called tourist tax, a proposed levy on short-term visitors to London, was meant to be a way of generating much-needed revenue for the city. Khan argued it was fair. After all, cities like Paris and Rome have similar systems. Why shouldn't visitors help pay for the infrastructure they use? The idea: a small fee charged to international visitors staying in London hotels, with the funds directed toward transport, public services, and cultural preservation. On paper, it sounded logical. But in practice, the blowback was immediate and fierce. Hospitality leaders warned it would cripple the industry at a time when tourism is still recovering from the pandemic. Business owners across Westminster, Camden, and Sadiq voiced concern. One hotel manager told the Evening Standard, "We've just started getting bookings back up. This tax sends the wrong message that London isn't open or welcoming." Even Visit Britain, the UK's national tourism agency, issued a cautious statement, urging the mayor to reconsider the long-term implications of such a move. But the criticism that really caught public attention came from Jim Davidson. Now, Jim Davidson, love him or hate him, is no stranger to controversy. But when he weighed in on Khan's plan, it hit a nerve. In a candid interview on a popular podcast, Davidson said, "Sadiq Khan's London is becoming a city that doesn't understand its own people. You're charging tourists while crime spirals, bin collections miss schedules, and people feel less safe by the day." He didn't stop there. This isn't about funding, it's about control. It's about putting a price on everything, while delivering very little in return. That clip, it went viral, shared across TikTok, X, and YouTube, sparking thousands of comments. One user wrote, "He's saying what so many of us feel. The city looks great in brochures, but live here for a week and you see the cracks." Another post simply read, "London needs a mayor who listens, not one who taxes." Of course, Khan's team hit back. A spokesperson for the mayor's office said, "This proposed visitor levy is about fairness and sustainability. Cities across Europe use it to support the services that visitors rely on. London deserves the same." They also pointed out that the tax wouldn't affect UK residents or low-income travelers, and that revenues would go directly into the very services that critics claim are underfunded. But for many Londoners, it's not just about this policy. It's about the pattern they see forming. Over the past year, Khan has faced criticism over the expansion of ULEZ, ultra-low emission zone, ongoing issues with knife crime, and now this tourist levy, which some call a stealth tax on city life. Put all that together and you start to understand the anger. And here's the real kicker. This isn't just public frustration anymore. It's turning into a political vulnerability. Opposition parties, from the Conservatives to Reform UK, are already sharpening their attacks, branding Khan as the mayor of tax first, deliver later. A senior Conservative campaign advisor told The Telegraph, "Khan talks green, talks fairness, but ask people in Croydon or Hackney how they feel right now, and you'll hear a very different story." Insiders at City Hall are reportedly concerned, especially with mayoral elections on the horizon. One Labour insider admitted privately, "This tourist tax debate has become symbolic. It's no longer about the fee itself. It's about whether Khan's vision still feels connected to the people who live and work here." So what does all of this mean for London? Is Khan still the progressive voice of a global capital, or has he lost the room? Because as the dust settles from the tax row and voices like Jim Davidson continue to amplify public discontent, the mayor is at a critical crossroads. Does he double down on bold policy moves? Or does he pause, listen, and rebuild trust with the voters who feel left behind? Because whether you agree with Davidson or not, he's tapped into something real. A growing gap between political messaging and everyday experience. And here's the final question. If this tourist tax drama is just the latest in a series of disconnects, how much longer can Sadiq Khan's London vision really survive? Or has the clock already started ticking not just on this policy, but on his legacy? For more bold takes and stories, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll be watching.